Sometimes I just don't understand how people can not see this. So if you do all the things you're supposed to do, in the end, at some point, you're gonna see the result that you're looking for. And it's all about daily habits, just doing the right things every single goddamn day. So if you do the right things every day, then at some point you're gonna get where you wanna go. But so many people, for some reason, just don't see the daily habits. They don't see the things they need to do. And sometimes I wonder where it all goes wrong, because it makes perfect sense, right? That if you're doing everything you need to do to be successful, if you're doing everything you need to do to be in great shape, then it makes zero sense to not be in great shape, right? If you're doing all the right things every single day, at some point you're gonna get in shape. At some point you're gonna be successful. At some point you're gonna achieve the things you set out to do. But if you do all the things you're not supposed to do, like have vices, drinking, buying all kinds of stuff you don't need, being lazy, if you have certain vices, gaming all day, and you don't do the things you know you're supposed to do, of course you're never gonna get the result you're looking for. And I don't get sometimes why people do not see this, or why people are still surprised by this. Because if you look at the way the world works, it makes perfect sense, right? If you give something energy, time, nurture, you take good care of it basically, then in the end at some point it's gonna get back to you and it's gonna take good care of you as well. If, like, the easiest example of this is like if you plant like an apple tree, like a really big tree, when you plant it, it's just like a very little seed, and you basically, all you do every day, you show up, you give it some water, you take care of it, you make sure the soil and the ground is right, and at some point it's gonna be a huge, massive fucking tree, and it's gonna basically drop a whole bunch of apples and feed you for days, months, years. And the same thing goes for life. If you do all the things you need to do, and if you put in the daily habits, if you if you give it water, so if you work out, take good care of your body, if you take care of the soil, if you make sure you eat healthy foods, all those things, if you take care of the things you're supposed to take care of, then it's basically a self-fulfilling prophecy. And I can't exactly tell you how long it's gonna take, because nobody really knows. It can take years, it can take decades, or it can take a couple months. It really depends. But at some point, you're gonna get there. And I think the main thing we need to start realizing more is that it's just not something that's overnight. You gotta do all the things for a long period of time, and then at some point it's gonna look like it's overnight, but it's never actually gonna be an overnight success. Most of the time when you see someone, you're like, oh, this guy just blew up, or this girl just blew up on social media, or her company just started taking off. It's because it's years of hard work before something started happening, because of the foundation, the soil, everything they took care of before it started happening. And I think that's something people need to start realizing more, and that it's not just something that happened. And everyone is always looking for the quick fix, which is why a lot of people tend to fail, because they try for like a month, and if you don't have the right habits, or if you only have the right habits for like a month, then of course you're not gonna see the results of someone who's had these habits for years, decades even. So I think it's very important to start realizing this and taking better care of your daily habits. So start building in more constructive habits that are good for you, that are gonna help you out in the long run, and are gonna make you feel that are gonna make you feel better about yourself. Because everything you're doing that's gonna make you feel worse about yourself, you're gonna end up ruining your day, gonna make you feel like shit, and it's just completely unnecessary. Only start doing things that are gonna make you feel good about yourself. Get to the point where the only person that can ruin your day is you. And if that's the point where you're at, then you're in a very good spot, because you can always take care of yourself. So, I love you guys, take good care of yourself, and I'll see you guys in the next video.